Topic to talk about. Are you a victim or are you demonstrating leadership? It's going to be a great one today. As you come on in, I want you to go ahead and like, share, and please comment down below. If you hear something that really touches you, just post it down below. Also, let us know where you're from. I love to see when international people post down below, and just great to see even those of you who live here in the United States when you just let me know where you're from. I love that. And the notification button down below, you can hit notification, and every time I go live, you can be a part of listening to what I have to say for that particular day. So come on in and join us, and we're going to have a great time. Today we're going to talk about the dynamics of being a victim or being a leader. We've been talking about this all week long, and we've been talking about the dynamics between, are you on the leadership or are you into the victimship? So whatever ship that you're on is going to determine what kind of results that you get in life. If you're on the leadership, let me tell you what, you're going to move towards your future. You're going to move towards your dreams with faith and confidence. If you're in the leadership, you have a mentality to bring solutions to every problem. If you're in the leadership, you love challenge. You love just to have a chance. See, you don't complain. You don't have time for complaining. Victims complain. Victims are in the past. Victims are talking about all the problems they got going on. But when you're in the leadership, you just want a chance. Let me get in the ship, right? While the victim's like, it's unfair. My ship's not as fast as your ship. The leader doesn't care. The leader is like, okay, I'll take the slower ship. I'll develop my captain skills. I'll grow my captain skills, right? And I'll, even though I have a slower ship, maybe I have a disadvantage. Maybe I'm the underdog. But if I will train myself more, if I will get more skills, if I'll grow me better, there's a chance that even though I don't have the fastest ship, if I have more skills than you, there's a chance I can beat you. And so we've been talking about this whole dynamic of if you're gonna be a victim or you're gonna be a leader. And I hear so many people just being victims. And one thing that's crazy about victims is victims never admit they're victims. Why? Because they have to keep the victim story going on about how life has handed them a bad deal, how everybody's against them. Somebody, somewhere, something is against them. They've got to keep the villain alive in their life, because if they actually admit that they are where they are because they've had a victim mentality, then they can't keep the victim alive anymore. They can't keep the pity party story alive anymore. And the key to achieving success in life and doing big things with your life and achieving your God-given destiny is to move out of victimhood and move into a leadership mentality. So you got to slay the villain. You got to kill the villain. That story, the real villain is not the villain outside. The real villain is the villain that you've created inside. It's the story you've created inside. Leaders are different than victims. Victims don't want to admit they're victims. Leaders take 100% responsibility and say, I got me to where I am at this point in my life, and I take responsibility and I take ownership for where I am at this stage in my life, right? That's what leaders do. And I want us as kingdom believers to demonstrate to our children not victimhood. I want us to demonstrate leadership. I believe God wants us to raise up leaders, not a bunch of crybaby victims. Okay? So in order to do that, you got to take 100% responsibility. Now, my topic here today is that victims always attract villains. Victims always attract villains and negative situations in their life. It's funny. I had this family member, well, they're family members, and it was real interesting. They all lived together in the same house, and while they're all living in the same house, all of them had a victim mentality. So whenever they would leave the house, right, something bad would happen to them. Somebody would do something bad to them. I mean, if they went to Walmart, somebody would do something bad to them. If they went out to breakfast, lunch, or dinner, somebody would do something bad to them. If they went to work, somebody would do something bad to them. If they went golfing, swimming, if they went out in the boat, they would always find somebody to do something bad to them. And I remember them saying one time, I heard them say, "Well, I wonder what's going to happen to us today." And so all of them would gather like around the table, and their discussion was always, "Well, what crazy bad thing happened to you today? What did somebody do?" And then, "Oh man, this is what happened to us. Oh man, this is what happened to us." And they gathered around the table, and every day, this happened every day. And I'm not kidding you. Every day something bad would happen to them. And see, when you're the victim, you attract villains in your life who will take advantage of you, who will kill you, who will take you out, who will kick you to the curb. Because whenever you're a victim, you become attractive to people mistreating you. That's why I say all the time, if you continue to act like a peasant, don't expect to be treated like a king. You see, we receive in life what we project out. And if we're projecting out that we're victims, we're going to attract villains. That's what we're going to attract. And so I'm reminded of the jungle, life. Kind of remember the old Rodney Dangerfield coming back to school. He told all the kids, he says, "Hey, he said, life's a jungle out there. Stay home. Live with your parents as long as you can." I love that. I love that. Really good advice. Stay home, mooch off your parents as long as you can, and build your business. That's what I tell young people. Stay at home and build your business. You don't have to necessarily go to college for 4 years. Start building your business. And in 4 years, you could have a multi-million-dollar business. By the time they're coming out of college and owing a couple $100,000 for schooling, and they get an education to go into something they don't even want to go into, right? And end up working down at Chili's, serving chips and fajitas, right? So here's what I want to tell you. In the jungle, a wounded animal who cries in the jungle is guaranteed to get attacked by its prey. A wounded animal crying out, "Woo, woo," once it's wounded, and once it starts crying out, it's like a magnet that attracts its prey. That animal is finished. And here's what I want you to understand in your life. If you're going to live life with a victim mentality, you're always going to leave your house. You're always going to go to work, go to your business. You're always going to attract people who are villains, people who are going to eat you, destroy you, kick you to the curb, not treat you right, put you down. So the question is, are you going to continue to be the victim? Or are you going to be the leader who is the roaring lion in the jungle? The lion knows what he wants. The lion never has a victim cry. You don't hear a crying lion in the jungle. The only thing you hear in the jungle is a roaring lion. Remember, Proverbs 28 says, for the righteous are bold as a lion. Doesn't say the righteous are wimpy like a little whimpering pussycat. No, that's not what it says. It said the righteous, those who think right, they're the ones who roar. No. You're not the victim. You are the lion. And inside of you is the Lion of the tribe of Judah. I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Would you like, would you share, and would you comment, please, below? And by all means, if you want to catch me when I come on live, hit the notification button so you know when I come on live. And to all of our Instagram buddies, oh man, look at this. Instagram is lighting up today. Awesome. To all my Instagram friends, hello. Thanks for all the hearts. Thanks for all the waves. Wow. This is so cool. This is my first day on Instagram. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for connecting up. I love it. Who's all on there? Grant something. I can't see you, but you say amen. Thanks, Dr. Keith. You're welcome. And then Nazakia, it looks like, is on there. Hey, my Owen's on there. Hey, buddy. Oh, man, we got to talk today, buddy. Once a week. Today's our day. We got to talk. That's my good friend there. My wife's on there. I can't believe my wife's on there. My wife is on Instagram. So many of you are on here on my Facebook page. Thank you for joining me. I'm so glad. I want to just allude to my 83K Academy. Hey, we're starting it up in August. So if you have a desire at all to be an author, a speaker, and a coach, I want you to know, if you have a desire reveals design. If there's some sort of desire, if so many people, I speak on stage or I'm coaching or signing books, and people say, man, I'd love to do what you do. I want to help people. I want to make a difference in people's lives. And if that's you, desire reveals design. There's something going off inside of you that's purpose. It's destiny calling you. But listen, you don't want to go into a journey or go into the woods without a map. You need a map. So at 83K Academy, I take a handful of people through 90 days of mentoring on teaching you everything I know about this industry. I've been all across the boards. I've been in the church. I've spoken at some of the largest churches in the world, spoke at some of the largest business seminar companies literally in the world. I've got the Penguin Books big book deals and with money advances ahead of time. You know, I've coached, you know, clients at $100,000 levels. So I've done all of this, and what I'm doing in this season of my life is I'm pouring myself into people who want to do what I do. That's my new assignment, like being a father to other people who want to do this. So I train you for 90 days. I have the whole training programs, speaker, author, coach, and then I mentor you too. So you get learning, you get mentoring, and then you get community with a group of people who are like-minded with you. So go over to 83kacademy.com, put in your name and email address, and it'll send you to a page to let you know more about it. So I hope you do that. 83kacademy.com. Thank you for joining me, and I want you to know you are a lion inside. So start acting like it. Start roaring like it. Start thinking like it. God bless you. Thank you for joining Dr. J today. See you next Monday, 12 o'clock. God bless.